Hi, Nicole here. How are you? Hi. Whew. Boy, has it been a couple weeks or what? It really has, hasn't it? I've started videos like this before where I say things are getting dicey. Things are getting dicey. Once again, like being a human is a serious learning curve for all of us. And I am holding space for that. And I'm still praying every day. Every day, I still pray for balance in our world. Um, yeah, the little wave. See, it's a wave. That's also representing yin yang. Just balance. Um, all right. In this video, I'm going to talk about abortion and gun laws. So, okay, if you don't want to hear about that, then maybe you turn off this video. Okay. I want to get my thoughts out, and I want them to be as easily understandable as possible. So, please help me, spirit guides, to deliver a good message for my audience. And shout out to my audience. Was Locust fine? Like, hello, hi. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. Maybe it's fine, Locust. Locust, fine, Locust. Shout out to you. Thank you for motivating me to make videos. You guys do motivate me to make videos, so thank you for that. There's been a couple other people too, so I appreciate the feedback. I really do. Feedback and this, like, my ideas can be wrong, your ideas can be wrong. We're out here in our little astronaut suits. Our bodies are like astronaut suits because I can't read your mind, you can't read my mind. And sometimes the mind gets crazy, like the internal world, and we're all in our internal worlds. So I really appreciate the free flow of information because it helps me to like put on glasses and makes things less distorted. Too much alone time, I've noticed that my ideas, thoughts, and feelings can get pretty distorted. And distorted thoughts and feelings just mean that like it doesn't really match or align with reality. So, you get really upset and then you realize like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. Something I do is really weird. And you get upset at yourself, and only to discover when talking to your friends that they do it too, and it's very normal. So talking to other people is kind of like putting on glasses. Helps to clear things up in the internal lens. But simultaneously, any interaction you are having with another human being is somewhat of a manipulation. Like, make no mistake, I'm trying to influence you. And not just over the internet, but like anytime you interact with anyone, it's somewhat of an interaction and an influence and a manipulation. But that's good. That's not bad. It's just, I want to point that out there because it's important for you to think and see what aligns with you and to go with that. Trust yourself, get out there and learn as much as you can and come up with your own opinions, your own ideas. Okay, so like even though I'm giving you ideas and thoughts and my own opinions and I'm sharing that, ideally I'd like to come to a place in a community where you are too talking to me as well. And having a conversation rather than me talking at you, right? Like, so the comment section is a great place to start for something like that. Yeah. And please be respectful because we're going to be talking about some things that are, in my opinion, I've seen get people emotional. Okay, so, trust yourself. If you feel that you are not feeling good, then take time for yourself. That's important. Okay, so gun laws and abortions. That has been circulating in our airs, hasn't it? Like on the news, that's what they're talking about. And in my last video or one of my recent videos, kind of made a small joke about like, we're still talking about abortion. Okay, here's my personal opinion on abortion. I don't think it's a sin. I know Jordan Peterson said that it is a sin and obviously wrong. Even if it is a sin, sin is between you and God, not between me and you. Your sin, not my business. So whether or not you have an abortion is between you and God and you and yourself. And the idea that I could make that decision for you, whether or not to carry through a pregnancy, I cannot make that decision for you. And you cannot make that decision for me. It cannot be done. Why? Because honestly, I'm not going to help you take care of your baby. If I truly believed that a fetus was a sacred thing that deserved its own rights, and that as soon as it was created, at moment of the sperm fertilizing the egg, that's it, game over, you're pregnant, and here we go. That roller coaster, and it is a roller coaster that you cannot get off once you go into labor. That's my opinion. But before that, you can abort. And honestly, the sooner you do it, the better for yourself, if you want to have an abortion. Okay, so you maybe disagree with me on that. You might disagree. You know what? Yeah, maybe having an abortion is wrong for you, and you can really feel it. But that doesn't say much about whether it's wrong or right for me. Okay? So these laws about turning Roe versus Wade being overturned, so California has laws that protect the access to abortion. Other states had laws, trigger laws, which meant as soon as Roe versus Wade was overturned, now access to abortion is banned. So let's take a look at that. That's an interesting key piece of information. Why? Well, if you really want to get an abortion, go to California and get an abortion. So then the question is, who is it stopping people from getting an abortion? The poorest of the poor, the ones that can't get themselves to a state that has it? Come on. What impact does that have on the world? Keeping the poor poor? If you really care about a fetus, you would provide that pregnant woman as much resource as possible to help her take care of her child. I don't see that. I haven't seen that in the news. I haven't seen that being talked about. Do not tell me that you care about the sacredness of life when you are trying to take away and control other people. It is control and power and influence. Do not lie to yourself, and do not lie to me. And I won't do the same for you. I won't do the same for you. I will not lie to you. Okay? Do not try and control another human being. Do not do it. What they say, what they think, what they feel, what they do, none of your business. Okay? We're here together. We're here to respect one another. We're not here to control one another. Okay, so now that that's out there, let me see if I can unpack that just a little bit more. I don't tell you what to wear. I don't tell you how to dress. And at the beginning of this video, I very decisively told you to figure out what you think for yourself. And I even explained how this type of stimulation coming in at you can manipulate you. And I'm not trying to incept your mind with thoughts. I'm trying to make you think for yourself. Okay, sorry for being a little bit angry. I'm not angry at you, like whoever you are, like you. I'm talking about you, exactly you. Whoever you are watching this video, I'm not angry at you. I like you quite a bit. I really like you. And if you like me, wow. If you do not like me, pass me by. But if you happen to like me, hey, let's have a party. Let's go to the beach and have a bonfire. And let's have some live music at this beach. A drum circle. You know, it's July, soon it will be August. We gotta make the most of this good weather if you're in this part of the world. If you're in the winter time, then ooh. Winter is good for skiing, unless you don't have hills. Okay, let's get back on topic. That was a little bit of relief from your emotion. Now we're coming back in. We're coming back in hot on that heavy emotion. Here we go. Gun laws. How is abortion and gun laws related? Let's think about that. Let's sit with that. How do you think those two things are related? Well, they're happening at the same time. Let's take a look at what is happening with gun laws. So, we are having a huge argument right now over how accessible guns are. One side is saying guns don't kill people, people kill people. The other side is saying how many children, how many people have to get murdered in a mass shooting for us to make changes. Okay, but was that a conversation? Like, were you listening to one another? One side is saying something, the other side's saying another thing. Okay, what I'm hearing from this is there's a problem. We know there's a problem because there are so many mass shootings. There is a problem, and we need to do something about this. We should not be living in fear, especially school. School should be a safe place, just as work is a safe place. That's why we have professionalism, and we have to be professional when we're at work, because it needs to be a safe place so that we can get work done. School, same thing. In order for you to learn, you need to be safe. School is a safe place, a safe haven, okay? I think we're all on board with that. I would say that nobody's arguing those points. So, all right. The other side is saying guns don't kill people, people kill people. What does that actually mean? Yeah, why would another person kill another person? People kill people. They're saying there's a mental health crisis in North America. There's a mental health crisis. Yeah, first step, in my personal opinion, is that we should do something to control access to guns. However, that is not really a solution. Similar to taking antidepressants. Taking antidepressants is not a solution to curing your depression. It's a band-aid that keeps you coping with your symptoms. So I think it is important. Band-aids are useful and they're important. You don't let yourself bleed out. You put a band-aid on it or a tourniquet. But you need to address the root cause. A band-aid forever, that's capitalism there, right there for you. Address the root cause. Guns kill people, people kill people. Guns don't kill people, people don't kill people. Mental health crisis, all these ideas. See, we are having a conversation, and everything that happens is a conversation. Everything. The universe is constantly communicating with us. Similar, going to bring up another big topic, climate crisis. You know, the earth doesn't hate us. The earth is telling us something. The earth is saying something to us. The earth, when there is natural disaster after natural disaster, it's saying, I'm at my breaking point because there is too much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That's what the earth is saying. Now, we've ignored it for some time. There's been some ignoring of that, of what the earth is saying to us, but we are listening. We're listening. I hear you, earth. We hear you. Okay. Everything you can look at through that lens of what is this telling me? What are you saying? What is the message being sent? When a 22-year-old decides to take an assault rifle and shoot random strangers on the street, what is he saying? What is he saying? He is saying, I'm sick, I'm upset, my needs have gone unmet for some time, and now I'm detached from reality. I detached myself from reality in order to not feel the pain that I was going through. And now I'm detached and I don't see you as a human at all. You're not a human that I care about. I don't care about you. Why would I care about you? Nobody cared about me. So if I kill you, I'm showing my power and I'm flexing it. I'm flexing it. There is some power in destruction, but there is a lot more power in creation. It's a mental health crisis. Unmet needs cannot go unmet forever. We will continue to see violence as long as these needs go unmet. So, I suggest we meet those needs, and we can. Okay, so we need to, here's my opinion. We need to move from a capitalistic regime to a sustainability regime. Okay? We value technological advancement over everything else. I want to shift that. I want us to value personal well-being over everything else. Right now, we value technological advancement. So let's unpack that. Okay. Technological advancement is capitalism. A company measures their success based on how much their profit margins are increasing. So I made $10 5 years ago. Then I made $100. I profited $100 4 years ago. 3 years ago, I profited $10,000. Okay, now I expect to profit $100,000. But I didn't. I went back to only profiting $100. Oh no. Well, I'm still in the green, but I'm not on the same trajectory. I'm not expanding. See, capitalism is about expansion, right? But we know that in, let's say, 10 years from now, what, are you going to be making $1 billion with your company? And then what about in 20 years from now? $1 trillion every year? It's not sustainable, and we know it's not sustainable. You want to know how? There aren't infinite trees outside. There aren't infinite trees outside. There's not an infinite amount of water on this planet. There's not an infinite amount of oil on this planet. So yeah, there's an upper limit, and we're approaching it. And the earth is telling us that. I'm telling you that. Our economy is telling you that. And everyone is telling you that. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. Do not be scared, because we can shift towards a sustainability regime. What's a better word than regime? A sustainable outlook, a sustainable approach to life, to day-to-day life. So that means, avoiding buying things that require a huge amount of energy to get to you. So, sorry, Amazon, but I'm coming for your throat. No more Amazon. Okay? Buy local, make things yourself. The other day I had to buy a USB, and I was like, how would I get a USB? How could I make that the most sustainable? Ask yourself questions like that. Because it would be really hard to make a USB. So I went to Best Buy and I bought a USB. But what I'm saying is, there are things that you can do for yourself, like cutting your own hair, growing vegetables to supplement your, your food supply. You can mend your own clothes. You can shop at a thrift store when you need to buy new clothes, rather than go to the mall to buy something brand new. You can buy used cars. You can share cars. Share your cars. If you live with older parents that own a car, do you really all need to have cars all at the same time? Think about it. If you do, you do. But if you don't, there is value in minimizing the resources that you're using. See, it's like what Michael Jackson said. It starts with the man in the mirror. We all need to do this. All of us. And it can be done. And it will be done. It really will. Because we'll have no choice. We need to be sustainable. So that's what we're going to do. We have adapted many times to things going on around us, and we will continue to adapt. And this is just the next part of the journey. Sustainability. Personal well-being is the most important thing. Your personal well-being, your mental health, your physical health, everything about your well-being is the most important thing. So what are your needs? You know, I have a real need to have a campfire every single night, but I live in the suburbs, so my society doesn't allow me to have a campfire. And that means that I don't get to sit around a campfire every single night singing songs with people around me, interacting. You know, fire is sacred, water is sacred, air is sacred, land is sacred, life is sacred. These things I have a real need for. So think about what your needs are. What do you need? What brings you happiness? What comforts your soul? You deserve those things. You're entitled to those things. And you need to discover that for yourself and put those things for yourself, empower yourself, and put those things into your life. Okay, so back to abortion and gun laws. Just to kind of wrap this up and to try and really make sure that I have said what I wanted to say. Okay. Is abortion a sin? No, it's not a sin. Why is it not a sin? Here's my rationale. You don't have to adopt it, but I'm going to put it out there. We have the technology to do this safely, to abort a fetus safely. This is an astronomical amount of power, because whether you choose to have the child or choose not to have the child is a major decision. Children are a major responsibility. It is a sin to have a child when you are not capable of taking care of that child. That child will be raised in a neglectful environment. They will incur significant emotional wounds, and they will have to deal with that for the rest of their life. If you are not able to take care of a child, don't. Children is something I don't mess around with, ever. Children need to feel safe and they need to have their needs met. And really, we are all children of God, I guess. And remember what I said about God. You're God, I'm God, we're one. So it's really like a unity thing. Children need to feel safe. You need to feel safe. We all need to be safe. And I will not accept that you can take my right away, my access to abortion, without actually helping me take care of my child. That is a major sin. If you want to bring sin on the table, that's a major, major sin. I'm not trying to scare anyone, okay? Remember, sin is between you and God, and you are God. So try and understand that. I'll try to. Yeah. Wrong. It's wrong. It is wrong to try and control another person. Whether I have an abortion or not doesn't impact you. Don't try and control me. It's not wrong. You know, every person on this planet, this is where my spirituality comes in. Every person on this planet is approved by God. If you were a fetus that happened to get aborted, hey, you know, I don't know when the soul connects to the physical. I don't know. Does it connect at the moment of inception? Does it connect at the moment the baby pops this little head out of the vagina? I don't know. But you know what? I trust God, and what is meant to be is, and what is not meant to be is not. So, you're God. You get to choose for yourself whether or not you want to have a baby. If you want to have a baby, okay, you're going to need to put a lot of work and effort into that. You're going to need to make sure you have enough money to provide for that baby. Babies need diapers. Babies need clothes. Babies need food. Babies need a routine of sleep. They need stimulus, which means you need light coming in. They need to be stimulated so that they learn how to see, they learn how to hear. They need to be touched. That's how they regulate themselves to you. And that's where emotional regulation starts. Okay, that's what babies need. So you're going to need to figure out how to do it. If you are not a planner type, maybe you can figure out some of these things out on the fly, but you need to really think. Are you able to take care of yourself financially? Yes or no? Be honest. Now, let's say you don't want to have a child. Valid. It actually makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of work. If you're like, whoa, why would I have a child? Whoa. Yeah, valid. I happen to really want a baby. I've thought a lot about this. It don't make a lot of sense. It's a lot of work, but I really want to have a baby. I think I have pretty strong instincts towards this. Yeah, I'm a 29-year-old woman. I am single. So I'm missing a big piece of that puzzle, which scares me because if I don't get to have a child, well, yikes. Can I still have a happy life? I guess so, but I really want to have a child, so I'm still going to try and build my life to try and make that happen, to manifest that for myself. Okay. Good. See, whether I want to have a kid or not too much bearing on you. So, now guns. Guns. Why? Let's go to guns, because I kind of skipped over that a little bit. You're not going to get away with it. I see ya. To the people who say, hey, I have a right to bear arms. I have a right to protect myself. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let us take a look. You have a right to murder another person. No, that's not right. That don't make sense. That's not what you said. Okay, let's think of it. Let's try again. Take two. You want to own a gun so that you feel safe because you can kill somebody if they come at you. So you have more power over that other person. If you're holding a gun, you have power because you could kill somebody. So you have a lot of power. You're holding power in your hand. It's a form of power. So you are really saying, do not take my right to power away, power over you. I want power over another human being. I think this is coming from a deep mistrust. Like, you don't trust me. I'm coming in hot on my bike, and for whatever reason, you don't trust me. Why don't we bring the race card in there? Because that's connected. Everything is connected. Okay? You don't trust me, whatever. You want to own a gun. Like, I'm trying to understand this. You want to own a gun because you're scared. Is that it? Like, what are we scared of and why? Because so far, you owning a gun hasn't stopped mass shootings. You weren't on that rooftop with that 22-year-old child, basically. Yeah, an adult male, but really a child himself. You weren't on that rooftop with your gun, and you did not protect yourself and all those other people. So your gun was useless in that situation. Has it ever been useful to you to own a gun? I can understand people who like going to shooting ranges. I have a friend who owns a lot of guns, actually. I'm not against owning guns. There, I said it. But I don't like that idea that's out there that I want to have a gun so that I have power over you. I want you to not have access to abortions so that I have power over you. Come on. I said, let's be nice to each other. Let's listen. I don't see a lot of listening, and it's very, very frustrating. So let's hold space for that. This is frustrating. It is. And I just said a lot of touchy things, which honestly, in my own personal experience, I'll point to midwifery, and I'm going to call you out, midwifery, for what you are. A toxic work environment. You want to be a midwife? Think again. Really. If I had anyone say to me that they want to be a midwife, I'm going to tell them long and hard, think about it. If you're okay with doing it for a very short period of time just to see what it's like, do it. Why not? But if you think you're going to find happiness and a sustainable future for yourself there, I'm sorry, but it's a scam. You're not going to find that there. And there are many, many reasons for that. They don't let you talk there. They don't let you be a human there. And honestly, there's not a lot of space anywhere to talk. Twitter, people get banned. JP, Jordan Peterson, got banned. I don't necessarily agree with this tweet. Honestly, that tweet didn't make a lot of sense to me when I read it. I was like, what the heck does that even mean? Like, what are you trying to say? Like, and then I watched the video where he explained it, and I still kind of don't understand. But, you know, he is banned from Twitter. Okay. And under like the guise of hate speech, I mean, come on, guys. We really need to have open communication, a free flow of communication. Okay, I'm telling you that you don't have to agree with me. But we need to talk. We need to talk. We really need to talk. And I'm here to listen. I really am. I'm here to listen. I will listen to you. I listen all the time, actually. I hope that this message is understood. I don't know how it will be received, but there are parallels at play here. You know, it's power. I think we really need to move away from trying to have power over one another. And one time I lived in an apartment by myself and I started noticing spiders all over the place in the morning, but I was always in a rush to get to work because, let's be real, I'm the type of person that just rolls out of bed and onto my desk. I do not recommend. It is not good for your mental health. You need to, I do much better when I go for a walk in the morning and then go to work. But anyways, so I was in a rush and these spiders are everywhere and I started catching them. I don't like killing spiders. I actually like spiders. I think I've mentioned this before. I like insects. I'm fascinated by them. I like spiders. I like worms. I like millipedes. Centipedes, not for me. I definitely don't want to touch a centipede. Don't know why, but yeah. But I, in general, do not kill them. I don't know why. I definitely don't kill spiders because spiders will eat mosquitoes. So an enemy of an enemy is a friend. And anyway, so I was catching these spiders and I noticed that if I caught 2 spiders and put them in the same jar, by the time I came home, one of those spiders would be dead. But yet those spiders could live weeks and weeks and weeks without eating in those jars and be fine. So I was like, why the heck do they kill each other? It's like that ones, and it's not a territory thing. They're in a new jar. They're in a new environment. So I think that the alpha spider kills the other spider because it's like, oh crap, there's limited resources around here and you need resources and I need resources, so I'm gonna kill you. Or maybe they're just like flat out eating the other spider. They're like, oh, food, perfect. I'm giving spiders too much credit here. I don't know. But the thing about spiders is that relates to us. You know, you're scared that you don't get enough, right? So now you're hoarding your resources. Should I do the same? Like, you can buy a piece of property, but do you really own the land? Let's say you own, I don't know, a small winery and you grow grapes on your fields and then you make wine. Yeah, you put the work in. Like you put the work into those. But perhaps I can come over and help you do it and then we can share the wine at the end. You know? Like, there are better ways of doing things. There's better ways of organizing society. We need to shift towards sustainability because what's happening is sustainability is really a 3-pillar stool. here's a chair as a demonstration, but this chair has 4 legs. Pretend it only has 3. If you take one of those legs away, the chair collapses. Okay, so sustainability is the chair, and the legs are the economy, our environment, and our social beings. And when one of these things fall, they all fall. So I think the environment was the first to start showing cracks, some serious cracks. Our economy came next. But really, the economy and the social thing came in conjunction. Like, ISIS was happening when I started university. And even then I had a feeling, I'm like, that's not normal. Like, that's not a normal human reaction. So why does that group feel that they need to do that? So these social things, mass shootings, they're connected to the economy. They're connected to the environment. When one of these things falls down, they all fall, right? Because people are scared. People are scared that their needs are not going to be met. And we are kind of like spiders, like, maybe I'll kill you to make sure I have enough food for me and my family. But another approach, a better approach, is to say, hey, let's work together. We're social creatures. We can work together. Okay? That's how we evolved. And actually, we evolved to only work 3 to 4 hours a day. So your intellectual mind is like being taxed for a lot of professionals who have a desk job. And like, see, all these things are interrelated. That is why it's so complicated, right? You're unhappy because you go to your desk job. You feel like your needs aren't met. They're not being met. Don't repress that. Just acknowledge it. You're lonely. You're lonely. I'm lonely too. That's how I know you're lonely, because I'm lonely. Can't con a con. I know you're lonely. I'm lonely too. And I know you're scared. And I am scared too. And that is, it's okay to have feelings. Feel those feelings. They're telling you something. Listen to the messages that they're telling you. So, you're scared. You're stressed. You're lonely. What is that telling you? Some unmet needs are happening. And honestly, it is up to you to create your own happiness. It is up to you to create your own purpose. Yep. And that is about being aligned to your soul and feeling what's good and moving towards things that feel good. What really feels good to me is to slow down and garden. I love slowing down and gardening. I love campfires. I love singing around a campfire. I love camping. I like doing things together with people where we're, a little community. We're building something. We're doing something. So move towards the things that bring you happiness, because it's on you to. I have pleaded with the universe. I really have pleaded with the universe to just give me happiness. But what I've discovered and what the universe keeps saying to me is that you have to create your own. Create your own purpose, create your own happiness. Okay? And do that while shifting to sustainability. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. We really, really can. Share your thoughts. If you like this video, share it around. Send it to people. Show it to whoever you want. If you didn't like this, if you didn't like what I had to say, if you disagree, I would ask you to respectfully communicate that with us. I want to know. Maybe your ideas are superior to my ideas. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you read a book that has some secret piece of information that I just never learned about at all and have a blind spot. Everyone has blind spots. Everyone. That's why we need each other. Okay, so maybe I have a blind spot, and that's why I'm telling you not to take everything I say. You don't have to adopt my opinions. Have your own opinions. Okay? But I want to ask you, if you do have a different opinion, to share it. And I will be respectful in that. I will be respectful to you. If you really didn't like what I had to say and you feel that you cannot have a conversation with me about that, then pass me by. Pass me by. And that's okay too. Okay? All right. Thank you for listening. This one's kind of heavy, not as, I didn't really joke around too much or have a lot of fun here. I will make a lighter heart. I want to make a light-hearted one after this because this is so heavy, and it is heavy to be here. There's a war going on. Let's hold space for that. It impacts you. Every time, nobody wants to turn on the news and see something bad happening. You know, we all have empathy, unless you're a sociopath, in which case you're born with the ability to have empathy. Sorry about that if that's you. But yeah, well, for the most part, most of us have empathy. And we need to really, and yeah, we don't want to see people suffering, you know. It hurts you. It hurts me. I feel pain. I feel pain when I see people suffering. And it scares me like the spider is scared. It scares me for my own safety and well-being. And I don't feel that anyone has my back in this capitalistic regime. So, you know, all these messages are coming in and I'm like, well, what can be tweaked? In yoga, sometimes you watch people in yoga class and everyone's turning, they're doing a twist and everyone's twisting and you're just kind of like, I can't twist as much as everyone else. You feel a little embarrassed, but hey, it's your own journey. You're there. At least you showed up. You are working towards something. You're working towards improving. Growth mindset, right? You can get better. So you keep with it, even though you are the worst yogi of the class, even though we're not supposed to pay attention to that. The yoga instructor always says it's about you and that's true. But come on, we're human. We're looking around, seeing what other people are doing and where they're at. And okay, so you turn and you don't have as much range of motion as you would hope that you do. And then the yoga instructor comes to you and she says, take a deep breath in. All right, now sit up, and you're sitting as straight as you can. And all of a sudden, you have way more range of motion. Way more range of motion. Wow. Just a small tweak, and I could really do it just like everyone else. All right, I'm telling you that the path to sustainability requires a small tweak. A small tweak. And it's actually a pretty satisfying one because what it requires of us is for all of us to slow down. And now, doesn't that sound like a good idea? Oh, to slow down, have a day at the beach. Come on, let's go to the beach with our campfire materials. We can have a nice campfire. We can have s'mores. We can have hot dogs. If you're a vegan, you're going to bring your portobello mushrooms along with you. We are going to have some drums. We're going to have a drum circle, and we are going to watch the sun set on the beach while singing together. And we're going to slow down is what we're going to do. We're going to slow it down. That is what we are doing right now. We're slowing down. And that's really good because I could use a break. I am tired. I am very tired. And I could really get into that. I could really get into all the reasons that I am tired. I am so tired. And you know what? I'll just tell you right now, for my MBTI, like just a little bit of MBTI street cred here. I'm an ESFP doing highly technical engineering work. And yes, this does require me to use my lower functions. Sometimes I even have to use TI. I have to use my trickster in order to do my job on a daily basis. And let me tell you, it is very tiring. I have to be diligent to stimulate my higher functions so that I can do my job. Most people end up choosing a job naturally without knowing anything about MBTI. They end up choosing a job that requires their highest functions, which means it gives them energy. But Nicole over here, Nicole was just like vibing most of the time, not really thinking too hard about where I was going. And he was like, I like that, I'll go there. I like that, I'll go there. And that led me to a path of now doing some serious shadow work via my job. In order to get paid, I have to do shadow work. Like, what kind of fate was that? To my spiritual homies out there, like, what did my high self agree to? Like, yeah, shadow work. I know how I'll make you do it. I'll make you do it through your job. Your 9 to 5, 40 plus hours a week doing some shadow work. I mean, honestly, it's pretty efficient. Like, to anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's hard to explain, but TE, I have TE child, so I have I'm really good at rationale. I understand why things happen and I understand opposites. That's TE. TI is the opposite. They work on an axiom together. So if you're a TE user, that means that your TI is not very good. And if you're a TI user, you suck at rationale. You don't understand opposites, you don't understand value, and you don't understand how to apply information very well. But you are a source of information. Without a TI, I can't apply it. I can't apply information if I don't have information. You see, so TI is incredibly useful. TE is the applier of it. You need both. You need both to function. Like the society needs both. And every human has both, but one is way higher and the other is way lower. So I'm using my low functions to do my job some of the time. Like I have to use TI to solve some of the problems. Now in university, this was okay because the amount of problem solving that goes on is less than in work. And also I got a huge amount of my higher functions being stimulated just by the nature of school. I'm an extrovert, I am an SE Dom, I need stimulation. And yeah, so school was like a playground to me. But work is work. What can I say? Work is work. But there are work that is more suited to you. And one day, I swear to myself, I will manage to create work for myself that uses my high functions and is incredibly enjoyable. You deserve a job that you enjoy. You do. You deserve work that is meaningful to you. You deserve that. You are entitled to that. But you are the one who has to give it to yourself. Okay? There it is. Strict mama. I tried to ask God to make it easier. I tried. But God is a strict God. When he says no, and you cannot change his mind. Like, he is strict about this. So you have to be the one to give yourself happiness. It's actually very beautiful. It really is, because at the end of it, you'll be very empowered. And then you'll realize that what I said was right, and you actually are God. And when all this is said and done, we're going to be out floating in space, and I'm going to create like all these weird, cool, magical things that I'm just going to manifest from my like being. I guess this is like some 5D talk. Is it 5D where this happens, or 6D? Anyways, we're going to be in the 5D, and I'm going to be making some crazy art, and we're going to be having a good time, and then you're going to make some crazy art, and I'm going to be having a good time, and it is just going to be some great times. I promise you. Yeah, but this earth part of things is, it's growing pains. It is some serious growing pains. That's what I have to say about the like overall picture of everything. But I really do trust in the universe, and I think everything is going to be fine eventually, and I do think that everything that happens is meant to happen. So there's never any reason to hate anyone or make fault of anyone. Sometimes I have been mad at God, which again is to say myself. And I'm like, God, how could you betray me? And God was like, I didn't betray you. like here God is just kind of like trying to teach you and like help you, and sends all these angels to help you and stuff. And here I am being like, F off, God, I hate you. It was a teenage phase of my spirituality for sure. Sorry for swearing at you, God, even in a joking context. Okay. So this was heavy, and abortion, gun laws, climate crisis, and then we went to MBTI, so I'm taking you on a roller coaster. And what did I say about pregnancy? It's a roller coaster. You can get off that roller coaster, but you cannot get off that roller coaster once the roller coaster has left. the like coaster area where you get in. Okay, so basically that's labor. As soon as you go into labor, you are on a roller coaster that you cannot get off. And you have to, the best thing to do when you're on a roller coaster is just to relax. Let your muscles relax. And then you feel like flying. You really feel like flying. You feel like you are flying. And I know what flying feels like. How do I know what flying feels like? Because I can fly an airplane. Yeah, I took flying lessons and I don't have my full license yet, but I can fly an airplane. So yeah, I know what it feels like to fly. But additionally, why was I super attracted to that? I really think that in a previous life, I was a bird. I mean, if past lives aren't real, then it's my imagination. But if they are real, I was a bird. I was a bird in a past life and I loved it. Loved it. Great being a bird. If you decide, your soul decides, oh, I would like to try being a bird, highly recommend. Highly recommend. All right. So, yeah, the world is out there. It's in here. It's everywhere. And it's so crazy some of the time, like truly crazy. But remember, your wellness, your personal wellness, above all else, is the most important thing. Do what is right for you. Do not do harm to other people. See, there's a caveat, which I need to mention. Do not do harm to other people. Like the Hippocratic Oath, you're a doctor. Don't do harm to other people. No harm. But while you're making sure you don't harm other people, you are putting yourself first. You see? Take care of your needs. Take care of your emotions. Take care of your body. Take care of yourself. Take care of your children. If you can give yourself love, it grows like a seed. It grows really fast and really big. When you give yourself love, you can give others love. If you cannot give yourself love, you will not be able to love others. So remember to give yourself love. Okay. And I love you. I love myself. I love this world. I have sworn at the world, but I want to tell you now that I really love you. I really do. I love you so much. I love you a lot. I really love you. I love you so much. I love you to the moon and back. I really love you. I love you so much. Because you are just inherently lovable, and there's nothing you can do or say that will ever change that. And there's nothing you have to do or say. I will always love you, whether you're here or whether you're somewhere far away. I will always love you. I love you to my core. Okay? And I quite love myself. As you can see, I made a whole YouTube channel, Art of Being You. Art of Being You! I do love me. Okay, so, yeah. You know what I love most about me? I love that I love to party. Isn't that weird? I don't know if that's my favorite. No, I don't know. I love that I love to party. I just love a good party. I want nothing but lavish parties. And you know what my favorite thing to do at a big lavish party is? To sneak off by myself. Am I an introvert or an extrovert? Sometimes I'm like, am I an ISFJ? It's like, sometimes I'm like, am I SI-DOM or SE-DOM? I don't know. I mean, I used to think I was NE-DOM, and that was really, that was incorrect. I was incorrect there for a while. But, yeah, at a lavish party, I love to sneak off by myself. And I love to just watch the party unfold. I listen to people having fun. I'm there by myself and I'm just enjoying the energy. And when I was a teenager, I used to trespass into abandoned buildings and explore them. All I was doing was explore. I didn't even do drugs. I wasn't doing drugs there. I didn't do drugs when I was in high school at all. But then I had a boyfriend, and then I had a couple other boyfriends later on, and ooh, boy oh boy, was it me who gave you the fruit of knowledge, or was it you who gave me the fruit of knowledge first? I mean, everyone's blaming Eve, but I'm pretty sure it was Adam who gave Eve the fruit of knowledge. I could be wrong, but I'm not wrong. So, yeah, there it all is. Magic is real. And you can learn how to use it slowly, I recommend. Oh, I'm just having fun now, aren't I? Ah, yeah, but it feels good. It feels good to make a video again. And I mean, man, I want to give love to you because I was so, I just love, lots of love, even to the haters. Love. If you hate me, love, love, love. I'm going to love you even harder. If you hate me, I'm going to love you. But I'll love you respectfully from afar. I'm not going to pester you with my love, but just know that I love you. Okay. All right. So this was fun. I've had fun. I feel a little lighter now that I've gotten some things off of my chest. And yeah, it's a scary time to be alive. But something I learned recently was that fear is the exact same response in your body as excitement. So what goes on when you feel very, very excited is exactly the same physiologically as when you're scared. And like, oh man, has my fear center been activated in the past? Like, I'm talking psychedelic experiences, fear center activated to its max, and you're like, oh, like you're really, really scared. And I thought about it, and I've been excited. I'm a little bit excited now, and yeah, the feeling is the same. So one is positive. I enjoy being excited. I do not like being in fear, but it's the same feeling. It's the difference is your judgment. One, you are judging it to be bad. The other, you're judging it to be good. So when you're in the fear center state and you're feeling a lot of fear, hopefully you can remind yourself that the physical feeling that you are feeling, just the physical feeling, is the exact same as excitement, which is not bad. So you can then be like, okay, like, yes, my body feels super intense right now, but like if I was, let's say, give a different scenario, I'm about to go to a concert with the love of my life. That's going to make you feel pretty excited. So, maybe you can use your imagination to kind of, like temporarily lie to yourself to get through it. You're not scared about the impending death of the world. You are excited to go to a concert with the love of your life. Yeah. 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 Tune into who you are, connect to who you are, do what is aligned with you, and I promise that balance will be restored a lot sooner than you think. All right. Peace out, Girl Scout. You got this. You really do. I love you.